Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Saya nak jodoh Coach Zuhri. Selamat datang. Woi, ramai on time malam ni. Alright. Is there a reason for that? Alright. Alhamdulillah. I'm grateful. And I'm also very grateful because sister just messaged me. Dia cakap, let me put that on screen. She said, Alhamdulillah, Salam Bro Zuri, I already met someone who's reliable at last. Thank you for always being motivated in sharing your knowledge. May Allah grant you success in the future hereafter. All right, so I want to share this screen because I have to screenshot because I don't share people's identity. I know this is a very shy matter. Macam mana nak share screen? Share screen. Sharing screen. Okay, so if you're looking at the screen right now, Alhamdulillah, I love this is what I do, why I do what I do, and of course I'm happy. Alhamdulillah. Start balik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saya nak jodoh Coach Zuhri dan saya sangat happy terima message yang macam ni. Kan? Salam Bro Zuhri. I already met someone who's reliable at last. Thank you for always being motivated in sharing your knowledge. May Allah grant you success in the future and hereafter. I mean, all right, awesome tak? I feel awesome. You know, it's really awesome. I just have to say it's really awesome. Okay, I'm so grateful that I'm able to have an impact in your life. I'm so grateful to have share what I can from my knowledge, my experience, to help you bahagia. And the lady is a divorcee with single mother and also met a single father. And yeah, I mean, it's tough for single mothers, but it's not impossible. See, it's happening again. Alhamdulillah. I mean, I think I'm sure I've shared the story of when our earliest first success dulu was a single father and a single mother. He has 3 kids, she has 4 kids. They got married in 7 weeks. And this lady today, everything happened within a month. Within a month dah jumpa each other's family. Tak ada nak ngongek drama, taaruf dan sebagainya. And if I were to give a very personal comment, which is divorcees or single parents have more efficient decision making in a way because they already know what to expect. Dah manage expectation, dah tahu asam garam, dah tak tunggu opa. Tak tunggu opa. Okay, so yeah, awesomeness. Alhamdulillah. So expectation is managed. Dah rasa macam harapan tak menggunung. It's just that back to basic. Akhlak agama, iman, kan? Akhlak agama, iman. Of course, there are other things too that will be great, and how you go into to know akhlak agama dia is sometimes you have to ask, sometimes you have to send your agent, kan? And then agent Nafisah, and then tonight's topic is soalan nak tanya jodoh. Dah jumpa jodoh tu nak tanya dia apa, kan? I mean, I'm sure some of you I've shared some of the questions that you need to ask. Just to share a quick disclaimer, di mana my good friend, if you're new to this channel, just want to share this story again because it's very fun. It is when my friend calon jodoh dia datang dia ke office with her good friend, and then with a good friend, And so jumpa lah, because it was and then office there was, glass wall apa semua, everyone could see inside. I was just sitting outside, hey, alright bro, kan, duduk sakat dia. Dia pun macam he's ignoring me. So he's inside with the calon jodoh dia, and then her friend was, three of them were in the room, in the glass room, and then she brought questions, I think 4 pages, depan belakang, 4 pages, penuh depan belakang, basically 8 pages lah kan, basically 8 pages, but he didn't answer most of those questions as how she expected, but how he answered those questions, how he answered, it showed how he answered those questions, showed his maturity and his wisdom, and his honesty in answering those questions. Kalau dia tak boleh jawab, cakap tak boleh jawab. But he feels that so and so. He wants to grow. It's a good brother, and she was impressed by that. She was impressed with how he answered those questions. That's important too. All right. So these are questions I'm going to share with you. I'm going to say that something for you to think about untuk mengenali diri, to know that person deeper, to see his perspective, to see his view on life, view on religion, view on akhlak, what some sort of scenario questions sekali. So and it's not always what he answers, it's also how he answers it. Okay, all right. So I'm going to start with one of the homework I gave is come on, work computer. One of the homework I gave is okay, one of the homework I gave is set up your own mastermind group where you invite your 6 closest friends, set up a WhatsApp group, and share whatever I've shared with you, the knowledge, with your friends. Maybe they're not listening to me right now, or they never heard of me, fine, tak apa. But as long as you share the knowledge that I've shared with you to your other friends, orang yang terbaik adalah yang memanfaatkan orang lain, kan? So share the knowledge I've shared with you to your friends. And then one of the topic of discussion in one of the WhatsApp group, ask them to include me. Saya suruh dia orang include me so I can, observe, maybe chip in when I can. And kalau nak ada tanya soalan, and then I can, address that insyaAllah. So one of the question is, so I can't show you the screen, nanti dia punya nama and phone number will show up. I'm always very strong on protecting your identity, because nanti malu lah kan. Ini malu yang bertempat, ada juga malu yang tak bertempat, and that was discussion for the past 2 nights. So tonight is, you dah jumpa calon jodoh tu, you nak tanya apa? Alright, so I'll start with first question is, one in that discussion group is, who is your favorite Islamic scholar? Okay, that is very deep. It was perhaps you need, if I may advise, start with something, a softball, like this is a good question, yes, but start with something, have a flow, start with something light, like usual question is, dulu belajar mana, sekarang kerja mana, family, adik-beradik berapa, orang mana. Somehow that's a very important thing, kan? Orang mana tu is an important question, because raya nanti nak balik mana. That's why that question is usually being asked. Macam, seorang Johor, seorang Perlis, di susah. Alright? Okay, so these are the basic questions. Start small. Kalau tidak, if you start with questions like this, might be too shocking. So ini tata tertib lah. It's not a hard and fast rule. Ini tata tertib. Start with, like I mentioned, adik-beradik berapa, anak yang keberapa, parents, orang mana, you orang mana, dulu belajar mana, and then apa namanya, sekarang kerja mana. Start with those basic questions first, and then start, why you nak kahwin sekarang, kan? Why do you feel you're ready to get married? Start have a flow. Tanya dia kenapa niat dia nak kahwin, and then bila expectation dia nak kahwin, so you can gauge. Kalau for example, you nak kahwin within 1 year, tapi dia nak kahwin in the next 5 years. So managing expectation tu is very important, and to know dia punya timeline bila. Dia tanya dia, oh kenapa 5 years? Why 5 years? Why 5 years? Sebab nak kumpul duit semua dulu dan sebagainya. So, maybe you're not willing to wait that long. Okay? Hi, thank you for joining. Right? Wave. Right, so start with the bigger questions first, then we go into the specifics. All right? So, bila nak kahwin, why you nak kahwin? Tanya niat dia dulu. Okay? You berkenalan ni sebab tujuan, confirm you confirm kan? You berkenalan ni sebab you nak kahwin. Nak berkenalan dengan I ni sebab nak kahwin ke? Kan? Nak bincang perkahwinan, bukan nikah terus. Don't confuse that. Most people confuse that, okay? Alright. So, and then tanya niat dia. Niat dia nak kahwin, kenapa nak kahwin? Berkenalan ni kenapa? Confirm, you have to confirm it, because a lot of ladies tak berani tanya, and then you get stuck in, you like this guy tapi tak tahu niat dia nak kahwin ke tak, kan? Or nak kahwin bila. And then pernah jadi case tu, I got the message where dah kena taaruf tapi tak ada time limit, and then what happened was, dah taaruf setahun setengah, for 18 months taaruf. So she's waiting, and the guy keeps saying that, tengah kumpul duit. And then, okay, tanyalah, duit berapa banyak? How long are you going to kumpul this duit? How much you're expecting this to kumpul duit? And then pasal mahar tu, usually we discuss that, mahar is wajib, tapi it belongs to the woman. It doesn't belong to the parents untuk guna untuk walimah dan sebagainya. It belongs to the woman. It's a gift from the husband to the wife. Itu mahar. Okay. Hantaran is adat. Itu tak wajib. Molek lah kalau boleh buat. Kalau tak boleh buat, tak mampu, tak apa. Okay, itu adat. Right? So, alright. So, we're starting with a review of questions where from women folks in the WhatsApp group. So first question, who is your favorite scholar? Maybe you can write this down, but I don't suggest you start with this. I suggest you start with the small softball questions dulu, and this one you can ask a bit later on, and maybe the same conversation or not, depending on the flow of and the feel of that taaruf, that discussion. Okay, how often do you miss your Friday prayers? Well, pandemic ni unfortunately terpaksa miss a lot, because it's been difficult to go to Friday prayers nowadays, kan? And okay, sound interrupted. Kejap, Okay, sound good? Okay, so I hope you can hear me. Okay, so I'll continue. If it sounds good, just wave your hand. If not, I'll continue. Bismillah. All right, so how often, next question is, just right now we're going through the review first, if I may. Okay, when you miss prayers, do you do them again? I think soalan tu, you qada tak kalau you terlepas? Have you ever lead the prayer? All right, sorry, ada technical issues sikit. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So I hope you can hear me now. So I'll continue. If you still can't hear me, please message me on Telegram. All right. Okay. So saya sambung, boleh? Okay. So next question is, have you ever lead the prayer? Yes. Dah biasa imam ke? I think that's a question where you want to know whether dia dah biasa imamkan. Uh, okay. Dah biasa jadi imam. Of course, you want your husband to imamkan lah. Dah kahwin nanti nak dia imam. Sebab pahala solat berjemaah tu berapa, 20 kali, 27 kali lagi ganda, kan? Alright, so next question is, have I hope you're writing this down. I hope you are. Have you ever given azan or iqamat before? Uh, I hope so. I hope the guy has. My 7-year-old son pun dah. Okay, next question that you can write. Just write down first. You use it at your own discretion. Okay. All right. Next question is: do you pay zakat on your income? When do you start paying your zakat? This is very very important. You know why? Zakat is so important. It's just too important. I think we need a special video on zakat itself. Okay. But it's a valid question. Macam most people rasa dia, oh aku bukan orang kaya, aku tak ada emas, aku tak payah bayar zakat. I think the knowledge and awareness of paying zakat is so why do they really stress this in schools for some reason? I don't know why. Because it's just too important. It should be stressed in schools. Okay. Next question is, solat cukup tak? Solat cukup tak? Of course, it's very important. The five compulsory prayers, kan? Okay, next question is, have you fasted all the fasts that you have missed when you were younger? Okay, interesting question. Have you fasted all the fasts that you have missed when you were younger? So, next question, what do you do to improve your spiritual life? What do you do to improve your spiritual life? All right. So just now the question was, she categorized it. It's good that you categorize the questions so you yourself would be able to uh, categorize and focus on what sort of questions that you want to focus on. So just now tadi was on ibadah. So next question is on family. How much do you contribute to your parents or family on monthly basis? Berapa banyak? How much do you contribute to your family on monthly basis? It's very important to show that one is how much you look after your family, your mom, and then two is um, how close you are to your parents. It shows the relationship to your parents. Okay, that's an indicator. A lot of this question indicates something else. Soalan yang tersurat dan tersirat. In between the lines pun you have to read juga. Very important. Next question: how old were your parents got when they got married? How old were your parents when they got married? Okay, interesting question. Um, Another important question that you should ask, I believe you should ask, is how are your parents' relationship with each other? How is your parents' marriage? Why? Because that is his model of marriage. Kalau if they're always fighting, and if they're always fighting, that's a problem. That's a problem. Um, so it's sangat penting for you to ask this question: how is your parents' marriage? If they're divorced, then it's not a bad thing. It's just that our model of uh, communication, a lot of it we inherit. Our model of marriage pun kita tengok, observe our parents, we inherit that. It becomes our formative punya understanding, because daripada kecil kita tengok sampai besar kita tengok, this is a formative years that we have. So programming kita pasal marriage tu comes from what we see and observe in our parents, kan? So the question of how are your parents' marriage is very important. Do they communicate with each other, or are they always fighting? How do they communicate? And are they mesra? Are they mesra in English? Intimate? No, that's not the right word. Are they joyful? Do they have fun? Do they laugh with each other? Who cracks the jokes in the relationship? That's very important. And it's an in bukan it, they don't have to be funny, his parents, but the point here is to show and to understand what is his model of his understanding of marriage, and what he's, because we only mainly learn from what we observe, kan? Betul, setuju? Alright. Setuju? Okay, alright. So, and okay, this one dah cover. At what age do you plan to get married? Well, I hope within the year. Kan? And I focus pun, usually I focus on helping women yang nak kahwin within a year. Kalau macam within 3-5 years tu, boleh, you can use this when you want to get married lah. But I really would like to focus on women mainly within 1 year. All right, because one, life is short. Two, we're not getting any younger. Berkat tu sangat banyak. As I honestly, I wish I got married younger. I wish I got. Tapi we shouldn't be thinking this way. Tapi, I mean, because I'm already 40 and I'm still chasing my daughter to pakaikan diaper dia. It's tiring, man. Okay, so all right. Next question. Who who are you close with? Who are you close with? Your father or your mother? Yeah, who are you closest? Your father or your mother? Yeah, that's very important. Usually, like it, boys are close to their mothers and girls are close to their fathers. Not wrong, but usually from my observation, and usually girls seem to be able to get away with their fathers more than boys. And kalau girls, I noticed lah, from I'm a family of all boys, so we're all treated equally. Um, equally, we're all treated like boys, and I think I'm the only one in my family that is trained to do the housework, from cooking, cleaning, mowing the lawn, repairing the stuff around the house, home improvement, fixing, repair, cuci kereta, mainly me. So from my observation lah, kalau my abang-abang dengar and adik dengar macam, no, that's not true. But no, this is my observation. Okay, sorry abang. Sorry bang Cik, sorry bang Cak. All right, so more about yourself. Okay, this is a different category. More about yourself. One, women ask this question a lot. I think it's important. One is, do you smoke? Do you smoke? Do you smoke? Do you vape? Do you shisha? Okay. Why? Because it's going to affect your health. And smoking, it's not about smoking itself. That's Smoking itself is harmful. Yes. It is also a way to distract ourselves from serious serious thoughts, from it's a way to numb ourselves, can. I think it's one way to numb ourselves. It just macam, oh, I just need to relax for a while, leave me alone, I need to smoke, contoh. Okay, so I mean, a better management of thoughts and thinking from distraction, it would be, I would say ZK, but some people smoke. Well, no, not good. It's horrible, can. And most smokers don't prefer not to smoke, but they just addicted to it. There are ways of quitting. I have. All right. So okay. So next question. What are your strengths? Well, what are your strengths? This is uh, usually soalan macam ni. Personally, I feel what are your strengths? It's like kalau aku cakap nanti rasa riak kan. So if you were to cakap, oh, what do you think that your strong points are, or try to be more specific, like do you like to do you like to do you like to crack jokes, or do you like to volunteer for things? Do you like to cook? Can macam, instead of asking kalau what are your strengths, like, oh, I like to cook, I'm good, these are my strengths. But try to be more refined, and try to elakkan daripada the guy rasa riak. Macam for me, I have that problem. Macam aku cakap nanti aku riak, tapi aku tak cakap nanti I'm not being transparent. So, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses punya type of questions. Boleh, tak salah tanya. You can ask it outright. See how he answers. Maybe it's also how he answers it. Okay? All right. So, next question about you, category about you, is explain the most challenging moment in your life. All right. Like, what is the most important lesson you learned from that moment? Okay. Oh, that's very important. Sometimes it takes a while for a person to ask to answer that question, because sometimes there is a lot of important and challenging moment in our life. Can we just can't pick one? The, sometimes one moment there's not is not the most transformative one, because it's a series of things, a series of events that teaches us certain things. So this is, this is a good question, yes, but there are a few things that teaches us in every time we go through these lessons and challenging moments, like death of a loved one, and breakups maybe. Okay, breakups too. You try to cover that. My wife didn't ask me that question, and she's smart enough not to ask that question, and I also smart enough. I'm also smart enough not to ask that question. Okay, all right. So basically, lama tu, our old pains and experience dulu. Best you don't ask. Best you don't ask. Uh, okay. Itu aib lama, kena cover. Okay, those are what you need to cover. All right, so next question, what are your life goals? Oh, okay, this is life goals. It's important. This question, I believe, is important because you want to know if someone who wants to grow, he is someone who wants to grow, he has a vision of growing, or he is macam, tak apalah, kerja, hidup, kahwin, mati, tak payah, kan? No ideas or vision of growing, or trying to start a business, or trying to grow in his career, trying to get a master's or PhD. No signs of growth. And there's a saying, if you're not growing, you're dying. So having goals, life goals, is important because, okay, takkan nak just go on. If you don't plan your life, someone else is planning it for you, or someone will drag you this way or that way. Can if you don't schedule your day, someone else will schedule your day for you. You'll just be so distracted. And I believe that's a very important question. What are your life goals? My life goals are this. By this timeline, I want to achieve this. Okay? Boleh? So this is a very important question. I mean, of course, you want to marry someone who's has a vision, someone has ambition, not just stay where he is. Betul tak? And then, like, you will be a partner in that, in that journey, that exciting journey. Okay. And what if his life goals is to migrate to another country? So you need to know this, because what if you don't want to migrate to another country? Can from most of the observation and discussion with my clients, usually women prefer not to marry foreigners because they're concerned of having to migrate to another country. That is mainly what women are concerned about. They do, because women don't want to leave their family. Okay, and so if his life goal is to migrate to another country, then that's a concern, something you need to consider. Boleh? So, uh, next question is, how do you plan to achieve them? Of course, you tak nak angangan mak jenin. Oh, I want to buy Elon Musk rocket company. Like, okay, interesting. Can. So how are you going to achieve that? I don't know. Maybe I'll win the lottery. Can. This is a good question. This is a good question. How do you plan to achieve those life goals? Okay. So katakan dia nak get his doctorate, and he has to leave the country. Nak pergi to another country. He needs to do his doctorate. He has to go to another country if he choose to. He wants a particular university abroad. And how do you plan to achieve them? Of course, he has to go to that country. And are you willing to go along on that journey with him? Can. Okay. Next question. Have you done research to achieve your goals? This is also important question. Some people dream, but not many will start. Not many will start to to initiate what they want in their life goals. Research pun macam, okay lah, angan-angan nanti satu hari aku nak buat PhD. Okay, so what effort have you put in? What are your plans? What research have you done to start? Oh, what have you started? Have you started on this journey? Okay, so that's a very good question. Have you done research to achieve your life goals? All right. So next is, what do you do to improve your health and strength? What do you do to improve your health and strength? All right. I mean, that's a question of health, which is important because you want your spouse to live long enough to grow old together and to have grandchildren together, and have children and grandchildren together. It's a question of health and vitality. And if you have a spouse that is always constantly ill, even though he can avoid it, that's a problem whereby it's a you need to know what to expect. Okay. So, and then next question is, what are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? Yeah, it's important. How a man spends his work is his work. How he spends his hobbies is where his heart is at. Basically, kononnya dia kaki kereta. Or contoh kaki kereta, meaning his hobby, that's his hobby, itu yang dia minat kan. Um, or dia suka main football. I think that's healthy. Great, fantastic. Or dia suka pergi gym. Okay, great, fantastic. Some some women, I've asked, why can't his hobby be me? It's like, okay, let me explain something about guys. Let me say something about guys. He needs his guy time, and you need your girl time. Why don't you go out with your girlfriends, and the guys will go out have their guy times? Because men need, basically have an instinctive need to be among their peers of the same uh, hunt. Let's say hunt for their dream car, or hunt for, like men going out hunting. And men going out hunting, they need to work in teams. Men need teams, and need to function in a team, needs to work in a team, and it is just the nature of men to work in teams. And And there is this stereotype like, oh, men always fighting among each other. No, my observation is men in a group when there's no women, everything is just fine. Everything is just great. Everyone just have fun trying to do what they want to do. Okay, but I don't know, for some reason it seems like, I think dramatization of stories of Hollywood or whatnot seems like, oh, men always trying to prove who's alpha and who's alpha. No, don't think so. That's not from my personal experience. uh, Usually kalau gaduh personal, and it's not because of who's alpha and who's alpha. We're modern civilized people. We're not cavemen anymore. All right, so I like this next question. What is the last book you read? So what is the last book you read? I think you should also need uh, to have the answer to the questions that you want to ask, kan? Kalau bestnya tanya orang soalan-soalan ni tapi kita sendiri tak boleh jawab, okay, so you have to be able to, uh, if he asks you the same questions, what will you be answering? So, ideally Quran is a staple, of course, but how does he open his mind? What sort of book does he read? That's very important. And um shows where his mind is at, right? Can, because books is how we go into the mind of the author, and that's how we, and when we're inside the mind of another person, we in inadvertently download the mindset, the thinking of the author, so one way or another, or on certain level. So what is the last book you read? Quran, of course, goes without saying, but what is the last book you read? And I mean, so it indicates where his mind is at, what his perceptions of things are like, what are his perspective. Maybe you've read the same book. Maybe you're interested. That's interesting. I always wanted to get into that genre. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Next question is. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Technical. Technical. Mana pi? All right. So sorry, a bit of a technical issue. Da, da, da. So, hey, if it'll be great if you send me the questions that you have on the comments below, and then we have a review, honest feedback, and ask the question and why you ask that question. Ask the question, type in the comment below. Okay, ask the question and why you ask that question. Boleh? Type the question below and why you ask question. Why is that question important to you? Can. Boleh? Can? Type any questions you want in the comments below, and then kita review and then kita comment. Boleh? Question tu tak salah, but question tu tak salah, tapi um, we just want to understand how it helps. Why do you need to ask that question? Why it's important to you? Essentially, all these questions is about uh, looking at the values of that person, and this question also reflects your values. Like for example, you ask, "Do you smoke?" Of To you, it's important that he doesn't smoke. Can, so your values, smoking is bad. So it's mainly at the intrinsic level. It's about values. It's about values. your values and his values. That's what all this. It's about value matching. What this is all about. Okay. All right. So life goals. Last book. Have you ever been hospital? Next question. Have you ever been hospitalized before or gone through surgery? That's very important. I think another question that you have to ask, you need to know is, do you have any known illnesses? Any known illness? All right. Any known illness? Please write that down. Do you have any known illness? It's important uh, because you need to know what to expect. Okay, what sort of, let's say he's a, what I mean. Okay, may Allah protect him, uh, grant him shifa. But you need to know what to expect as a spouse. If he has that illness, what do you need to do? What you need to prepare? Can you handle that illness? Are you willing to be espoused to that ailment? Okay, so, next question. Oh, one of my favorite question is, what's your favorite food? Well, free food. What's your favorite food? Well, this is a very is I like this question because, well, it's I maybe this should be up in the softball questions where it is light and easy. It's an icebreaker type of question. Should be one of the first five questions you should ask. Uh, Icebreaker. It's an icebreaker question. Icebreaker, like I mentioned just now. Study mana, kerja mana, adik-beradik berapa, orang mana, favorite food apa. Uh, those are, yes, those are questions yang not very super crucial or value matching, but it's an icebreaker to lighten the mood, to like, because it's bertaaruf with someone is very, very nerve wracking. It can be very nerve wracking. Okay, it can be, but you can always break the ice because it's very useful to break the ice. Okay, benda apakah yang paling menakutkan you? Benda apakah yang paling menakutkan you? Yep. Jing jing jing. Taaruf. I hope I am doing my best. I'm doing my best to prepare you for Taaruf. So I hope Taaruf is not something yang terlampau menakutkan for you. Okay. Uh, all right. About your work. About your work. What are the employee benefits given to your company? Smart question. Like, is there a spouse insurance or spouse dental care? SOXO kind of stuff. Uh, EPF at least. And uh, this is a smart question. She's planning for her financial future. Okay. Why do you go to work? Why do you go to work? Or why do you work? Trying to understand this question. Why do you go to work? Because I need the money. I'm just putting myself as the guy because I need money. Or, I love the work. I always wanted to be an engineer, a doctor. That's what I've always wanted to do. Itu dah minat, passion dia kat situ kan. And yeah, why not? What is your niat of working? What is your niat of working? Is a very good question. All right. What is your life purpose? Jing, jing, jing. Your life purpose. Most people haven't thought this out. It's this question is very good because it is it shows where the direction of his mind will be going. And what is purpose of it? Why do you do what you do? Why do you live this life? What is the purpose of your life? This is a very deep question. Uh, what I think the purpose of the question is to know what niat hati dia kat mana, value dia kat mana, kan? So yeah, this is a very good question. I think you should ask this question about me. So, this question is: Are you attracted to me? Ding ding ding. Um, hmm. How if you're comfortable with asking this question, then why not? But if you're not comfortable, maybe there's another way you can think of, a way yang lagi beralas dan beradab, or more with more finesse. Ask this question with more finesse, and it might be better. Like, are you attracted to me? Okay, in what way? Can in what way? I mean, in my intellect or physically, both are important. Both are important. I mean, beauty is also in the eyes of the beholder, and uh, one needs to be the coolness of your eyes. Maksudnya, pandang tu hati rasa tenang lah, rasa tenang. Kan? Kalau it has to be compatible with each other lah, because uh, attraction is important, and especially after, and then bercinta tu lagi, lepas nikah tu dia lagi, bila you dah start dengan molek halal taaruf ikut syariat, and then lepas bercinta selepas nikah, you'll be more attracted to each other, because you know, I keep hearing people complaining like, oh, he's not like that before we got married. People yang pernah date dulu-dulu kan, date bertahun-tahun lepas tu kahwin, and then he wasn't like that when we were dating. Like, so, and then the guys pun complain, married men pun complain, she wasn't like that when we were dating. It's like, yeah, well, people change after they get married. People do, and this is a fact of life where molek berkatnya selepas bercinta selepas kahwin tu is lain, tau, lagi best. You will just feel it, keberkatan tu. I still don't know how to explain it, but I'm still trying to figure out how to explain it. Rasa berkat bercinta selepas nikah, that is just so awesome. I don't know how to explain it. Nanti I'm trying to put it into words still, but yep. All right, moving on to the next question. Next question is, why do you think? Okay, I think it's follow up to the first question is about me. Are you attracted to me? Why do you think I'm attractive? Um, why do you think I'm attractive? Well, I like the way you move. I like your smile. I like the way you talk. I like the way you giggle. I like your voice. I like the way you think. I like that you read those books. I like that you are self-respecting, because you're doing this a very in a you know you're self-respecting, because you're doing this in a ta'aruf, in a halal way. I think I'm attracted to you. That's why, because you're self-respecting. Well, my wife didn't ask me this question, but if she were to ask me this question, why are you attracted to me? And why I think I'm attracted to her is, if she did ask me this question, I would say is because you know what you wanted, you respect yourself, um, and when I get from interaction with your father, I can see that he raised you very well, and I respect that you know what you want and how you wanted it, and you did the ta'aruf in a most proper and most uh, cara yang paling molek lah kan, sharing. That's how I would answer it, why I'm attracted to her. And because she's self-respecting, that is the what I would answer my wife. All right, so yeah, okay, all right, so next question. Do you I would like do you I think Do you think I would like to be a good wife or mother? um this is a very important question, I believe, because as a man who wants to have children and wants to have a wife, a spouse yang, hmm, it's just you tergerak hati yang dia nak, she will be a good mother, kan? You, because you want to be a good father, you want to marry a wife that is a good mother. And um, I think how I sensed that she will be a good wife, you can't really tell, but you just sense can. And then you as a woman pun, macam you can sense if this will be a good father. It's just a sense that you have. For example, like the kindness that exudes from someone, that there is probably one in an indicator. It's an indicator of values and competencies that of a mother. Macam for example, I can tell that she's going to be a good mother because of her self-respect and her kindness. And I think she can tell that I like children because I volunteer a lot with teaching English to orphans. So yeah, so that it's those are indicators. Those are indicators. All right. Next question. Do you want to talk or think about the future with me? Okay, maybe those are two questions. Do you want to talk about the future with me, and do you want to think about the future with me? I mean, I think what she's trying to ask is, do you think you have a future with me, or do you can you visualize that there is a future with me, you and I can. So I think that's very important. If you can visualize he or she, your spouse, this person you're talking to tengah ta'aruf ni, is macam, I don't know, I can't imagine a future with you. Okay, then then nak ke mana? Where is the relationship going? Kan? So can you imagine me as a spouse? Can you imagine me as a mother or father? Okay, these are very good, solid questions. All right. And okay, so do you have any questions? All right, let me read the questions. Oh, okay, I'm reading this question on Instagram. The sister is saying, "Are you okay to go for counseling if the marriage is in trouble?" Ah, all right. So yeah, we should ask this question, I think, because one, it's important for the marriage troubles to be kept between the husband and wife, and two, um, husband and wife kena jaga aib sama sendiri. Three, kalau ini diperbincangkan, if it's discussed with um, someone outside the marriage, which is not agreed to both parties, husband and wife, macam, let's say she talks to her father-in-law, she talks to her father, can, let's say you talk to your father, and then without his knowledge, without your husband's knowledge, and then even though that situation between you and your husband is already fixed, it's okay now between you, your husband and wife, but your father might think that, oh, this thing is, that's the only thing they know because that's the only information they have, because you open your mouth without your husband's permission, consent or discussion, to your father, and then your father will think, oh, your marriage is in trouble, blah blah blah. Wahal benda tu kecil, but to your father, to your parents, this is a big deal, and it's still going on because that's the only information that he has, your parents have, and then it, it could make the marriage worse because uh, they parents sayang, sebenarnya niat dia baik, tapi dia menyibuk, and then the husband will feel, hey, why are you up in my case, man? Kan? I mean, no, that was just a small fight back then, 5 years ago, but your the father-in-law is still blabbering and nagging about it. So I too kena jaga. So you want to discuss certain concerns, discuss husband and wife dulu, and kalau nak jumpa counselor, discuss with your husband and wife dulu, get to know whether it's okay if you would go. Usually, men, husbands wouldn't want to go for counseling. One, because he has to pay. Two, because he doesn't see the point. Three, because he is would feel very vulnerable and look weak that he's not able to solve his marriage. Five is five. Five is he would have to face the reality that he can't make you happy. So this these are very important things for you to consider, and this is a good question to ask and to know the openness of your future spouse too, untuk to fix the marriage and keep it going. Okay, and all right, so all right, we have a question coming. Most of the questions are coming in through WhatsApp. I understand why. That's why I give you guys, ladies, my number, because you're shy to appear on social media and in the comments below. I understand. That's why I give you my apa nama number. All right. So there's a question that came in. Salam, watching your session. I have a question. What if he proceeded with the ta'aruf, informing that he will talk when he is free and available because he is almost occupied all the time? Uh, well, is he avoiding the discussion, or is he? What's his priority? And of course, work is important. Kerja juga ibadah, and nak cari makan. But I mean, with the information that you mentioned, he will talk when he's free and available because he's almost occupied all the time. I mean, if it's important, he will schedule a time. Don't you agree? Betul tak? If it's important, he will schedule a time. If it's uh, if the ta'aruf with you is important, he will make the time. And I remember when I was going through my ta'aruf, I just started a job. It was a very demanding job. My grandmother passed away at the same time, and I made the time. Yeah, cakap, okay, I'm sorry, I have to postpone this uh, meeting with your father for a week because my grandmother just died. Okay, understandable. I need to settle my affairs and so forth. But uh, have to make a thing. I mean, it shows where the priorities are. I mean, I'm concerned what's happening to this Lily right now is because, and my concern is he avoiding? Is he evasive? Is he trying to avoid a discussion? Uh, those are my concerns lah. I hope that uh, I hope that helps. I hope that helps, and I hope that it's not from, because I have very little information from what you've given me. I can't give specific advice, and I can't. I usually don't tell people what to do, but I ask the right questions so you know how to consider and to think what you should do. And right, so watching a session, I have a question. What if he's pre pre proceeded with ta'aruf, informing that he will talk when he's free. He will talk when he's free. Okay, then when? Can you schedule it? Can he schedule it? If you're serious, schedule it. And I hope you, sister, who asked this question, is you have a deadline. Deadline, cakap, I takut nanti you tak ada deadline, nanti this guy cakap, oh nanti bincang sampai setahun setengah, tak tahu dia meninggal. Kan? Setahun setengah tak tahu dia meninggal. Atau perbincangan tu dah meninggal. Perbincangan tu meninggal, and then you wasted 1.5 years. Setahun setengah. I just got that message a few days ago. Setahun setengah been talking. So have a deadline. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but have a deadline, because I don't want him to waste your time or keep you guessing. And bila nak bincang, um, this happens a lot. Most of the messages that I get is when, oh, dia cakap nantilah dia nak jumpa your father. Nantilah sampai setahun setengah, 2 tahun, 3 tahun. Okay, so have a deadline. It's very important. And you pun tak nak tunggu lama-lama. Nanti lama-lama dia meninggal. Perbincangan tu meninggal. Okay. Okay, so she continued saying that what would be a good timeline to wait for the text or text and ask? Okay, tell you what, I will give a special class for how to get his respect and set a timeline. I'll give this class for free in Nak Jodoh BFF group. Okay, boleh? Boleh. Are you in the group? Not sure. I don't save your number. Probably you have not. You're not in the group. So, nak join this group is free, but you kena sedekah to anyone. Don't give me the money. You show me the receipt. And just WhatsApp to me the receipt that you sedekah kat mana-mana. RM5 pun jadilah kan. Because kenapa I suka orang sedekah? Sebab ia jodoh itu rezeki. Dan bila you bersedekah, Allah permudahkan lagi rezeki you. Okay? So don't give me the money, just give me the receipt and WhatsApp to me. Join Nak Jodoh Group BFF let's say this weekend. Boleh? Siapa nak free class this weekend? Boleh? Free class this weekend. This weekend, let's say Sunday. You join group dulu, nanti I'll set up the event or class. Boleh? Alright. So to answer your question, join Nak Jodoh Group BFF because I can give you more closer attention and answer your question specifically. Boleh? Alright. Cool. So nanti sis WhatsApp to me a receipt yang you dah sedekah to mana-mana. Don't sedekah to me. You sedekah to anyone at all, any NGO, any cause. Just WhatsApp to me, and then I'll let you into the group. Boleh? Cool. All right. That goes to everyone also. If you want to join the Nak Jodoh BFF group, it's free, but with sedekah. Don't sedekah to me. Sedekah to anyone. Just send me the receipt to this WhatsApp number. Okay, this WhatsApp number. So, let me put this up. Plus 601 123 899 897. Okay, that's my WhatsApp number. 601 123 899 897. All right, so join the Nak Jodoh BFF group. So I will have a class for you. Okay, it's basically free. Just give me the sedekah receipt and via WhatsApp, and then I'll let you into the group. Boleh? I'm willing to help, but you have to help yourself. I want to help those who are serious. Okay, boleh. That's why I make sure orang sedekah dulu to anyone else. Then I will help you with it. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Thank you for joining. Apologize for the sound mistake tadi, sound error. Okay, so this is my number. Homework. It's the weekend, so I'm trying to homework adalah. Again, send me. I'm compiling a playlist. This is fun. I'm compiling a playlist of lagu yang inspire you to love yourself. Banyak dah hantar homework ni. Suka korang bagi homework macam ni. Because I know usually I've been giving very serious homework, very serious, introspective, and it's excruciating. I know introspection is very excruciating. So Yeah, I mean, bagi homework. So yang, yeah, it's the weekend. Why not? Kan? So lagu yang inspire you to love yourself, like, and I would recommend lagu macam Mahir Zain, like, Barakallah tu. If you want to know the origin of lagu Mahir Zain Barakallah, okay, this song. Mm, mm. So this song may not be on your uh, songs that inspire you to love yourself, but I'm just sharing this song. So bila you pasang, you realize, I want you to visualize, uh, orang doa ni dekat you at your wedding day. Boleh visualize. I think this is another homework I'm giving you. Okay, pasang lagu ni, lagu Mahizin ni, kan? Because this is actually a doa, kan? This is a doa untuk orang yang baru kahwin. Okay, daripada hadis Abu Daud, Rasulullah SAW congratulated a man on his marriage. He said, "May Allah bless you, and may He bless on you and combine both of you in good." So this, um, is actually a doa and a congratulation, untuk orang yang baru kahwin. So I want you to listen to this song, so that while you visualize your wedding day. Boleh tak? Can you visualize your wedding day? Visualize. When you visualize, inshallah you will achieve when you believe. Okay? Listen to this song. Imagine that, you are getting, people are congratulating you with this dua, and at your wedding day you're playing this song. This is like become the staple song of um, of weddings. Okay, it's so appropriate song. Uh, Boleh? Mahir Zain Barakallah. All right. So don't forget to send me. Don't forget to play this music and visualize, or your wedding day. Visualize your wedding day. Okay, and send me, another homework. Send me lagu yang inspire you to love yourself. Boleh? Okay. Uh, Sorry, there have been several people have sent, your favorite songs, but my computer is so slow I can't seem to load it. Multiple stuff at the same time. But thank you for sending your homework, and just to list a few, Whitney Houston, Beautiful Christina Aguilera, and Mahizin, I Love You. That's another song. Try to live my life for you, oh Allah. You did revive my soul and shone a light to my heart. So pleasing you is now my only goal. I love you so, I love you so, I love you so. Now I know how it's like to have your precious love in my life. Now I know how it feels to finally be at peace inside. I love this song. Everybody, how amazing it feels to love you. I wish that everyone could see how your love has set me free. Set me free and make me strong. Alright, dengan itu, jangan lupa buat homework, dan jumpa lagi esok malam. Saya nak jodoh Coach Zuhri. cinta diri, cinta bari. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye. Bye. Thanks for joining.